Why we stand here idle, my friends, when the war has already begun? I know not which course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Hey, if you don't want to join us in this fight, as Patrick Henry said, that's fine. May your chains set lightly upon you, and may you forget that we were your brethren. That's what you do when you turn your back on your heritage, your republic, your greatness, your birthright. You forget who your brethren are. You give away the greatest thing you've ever had, your lineage and what your ancestors did from every corner of the world to try to live a better life, and now to have a bunch of monsters like Lloyd Blankfein using weaponized media to try to destroy our president and destroy our recovery and the reboot of America. Now I'm going to air about 20 minutes of the 27-minute behind the scenes with Megyn Kelly, and then we do have the big bulk of the interview. She interviewed me here in the studio off and on for several hours, and then also at a barbecue place. But that was all just to lull me into a false sense of security, get me out at some hot box, house in the hill country at 9 o'clock at night to start shooting. End at about 10:45. Well, we got that interview. And NBC's running around saying, we don't know if we're going to sue Jones. Well, let me explain something to you, how this works. I'm not a very litigious person. I didn't need to call my lawyers before I did this. But I already see the legal experts out there agreeing with me because I'm in the media. I've studied this. Texas is a one-party consent state. The state she was in at the time was a one-party consent state. And she was making warranties to me that this was a profile and not a hit piece. And I knew she was in bed with the Sandy Hook, Bloomberg, anti-gun PR machine that he's admittedly put over $100 million just into that alone, using the families, poor folks. Really, heart goes out to them. They don't understand what they're in the middle of. They're being used as a weapon to try to destroy the Second Amendment, so they can always bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. They're being used by Bloomberg and dark crystal Skeksis like Megyn Kelly. And I'm sad for him. And I'm sad that the government lied about babies being murdered in incubators and to bring us to war to kill millions of people total with sanctions that the Democrats accelerated. And that they say is a great thing. 500,000 kids just in a few years of sanctions. Madeleine Albright said it's a good thing. I mean, that's real news. That's real murder. Not Tom Brokaw saying I'm a, quote, unalloyed racist. That means total. That means complete in Webster's dictionary. Can we pull up unalloyed? I'm going from memory. I believe it means total or absolute. Oh, it means pure. Same thing. I am a pure racist. Pure, complete, and unreserved. That's why they have no clips of me saying anything racist. Imagine the level of fake news of a Tom Brokaw. To go on NBC. I mean, this guy was around when the Hindenburg went down. And to blurp out, I'm a pure racist. I mean, talk about fake news. Hey, bro, show the clip. But they just do it. Oh, you don't like Obamacare, you're a racist. Oh, you don't like Hillary, you hate women. I mean, these people are just throwing everything they've got. And now I've seen headlines, Jones this morning murdered children. That was a headline I saw, and you'd read later, the subheadline would be, murdered children denier. But no, I murdered the children. Did you know that? Well, I don't know why they're saying NBC shouldn't air it. I mean, we interview other people like Jones, child molesters, murderers, dictators. Oh, he's so evil, though, we can't show you what he's saying. We're just going to tell you that he went and harassed the families of the dead children. And he hates the children. Just lies, 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 more lies. Jones says the firefighters and police blew up the World Trade Center. Really, where's the clip of that? Just like Colbert played this clip with a little bitty TV behind him so that you couldn't see it was edited, where it had me saying, I'm against gay people. No, I said I'm not against gay people. I mean, but they've already been caught lying, so all they do is triple down with more lies. And then Rachel Maddow and people saying, Jones is deeply racist, MSNBC is the talking point, because he doesn't like Obamacare. See, not liking Obamacare is deeply racist. Deeply. Deeply. But I've gone from deeply to pure. I guess they haven't checked with the Nazi sites and the New Black Panther sites. I mean, it seems like every racist organization hates my guts because I want to unify people around Americana, around free market, around prosperity. I don't feel good when I see poor white people or poor black people or anybody else. It makes me feel small. I want prosperity. I'm a classical liberal. I like Thomas Jefferson. I've actually read the writings. I've actually read his work. I actually like him. I admire him. I believe in him. I believe I'm carrying on part of that great shared destiny. And I want you to join me in that destiny. I'm going to go to the Megyn Kelly prelude, the hors d'oeuvre, the intro. And then when they release their piece, we'll see what they did. I mean, I know what she did. She'd just stop and then do zingers like I'd just been caught. Like, you're blaming the people at Pulse nightclub? You say gays deserve to die? And I'd be like, I didn't say that. I said, why do liberals say bring in radical Muslims when they kill gay people in every Muslim country? It's a death sentence. I'm saying I don't want to kill. See, that's how they do this. But she'll just say, you say the kids deserve to die at Manchester. I never said that, lady. I said, why'd the left bring in these Muslims? You know, they've had 3 high-rises now burned down the last 3 days. It's Ramadan. It's firebombs. The Muslims are celebrating it. But the media won't even tell you that. Scotland Yard knows it's starting to come out now. The Muslims are burning down high-rises and even burning down high-rises full of Muslims because they don't care. The polls in Europe are between 25 and 40%, depending on the poll. Tell pollsters at their doors they want a jihad and support suicide bombers. And now England has imported people that are running around burning everything down. I showed the skyscraper that burned 3 days ago. Notice it didn't collapse like Building 7. So let me get to this piece, but just briefly. If you are not financially supporting InfoWars, getting great products you already need, you're insane. I know only a fraction of our listeners, and God love them, buy the products. I mean, X2, the good halogen, changed my life. Most people can't absorb iodine, or it's a bound type that's tied in, or comes from seaweed. This is from deep earth crystals. It's pure. It's in palm oil. It changed my life. I did detoxing about 3 weeks into it, though, and you should consult your medical provider before you take it because it's serious. 4.9 stars from Power Reviews. Nobody's got that. 4,000 plus reviews. X2 is available. It's discounted right now, even though it's about to sell out yet again, and we are having more and more trouble actually procuring the deep earth crystal source, but I believe we're going to be able to get more of it, but group is running down on this. And it was folks trying to shut off our supply of some of the cleanest seaweed-based stuff a few years ago that ended up letting us get in touch with the oil companies that run into this very rarely. And it's a specialty. You got to pay them a lot to be able to even extract it when they go through it because they're going to the gas and oil that's deeper generally. This comes from between 7,000 and 12,000 feet deep drilling. And it comes out pure crystals, and they're so explosive. It's like alien blood. It eats through concrete that it has to be kept in special DEA-certified facilities. Then with the proprietary Russian technology, oh my gosh, we're Russian agents now, it's then injected in a gas into the palm oil, and it's then stabilized. But it is the real deal because it's so highly controlled. You can do so much with pure iodine, not once it's in the palm oil. It's why the DEA authorizes it. This is really special. And again, enemy attacks led us to this breakthrough. So, InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. I should add, we've got store-wide free shipping in the next week. That is a big deal. You sign up for auto ship, additional 10% off. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. But whether it's BioTrue Selenium or whether it's our nanotechnology body armor developed right here in Texas, first available to InfoWarriors that military and law enforcement use, it's all there. InfoWars Biome Defense, high-quality probiotic. That's available, InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. Again, we have Biome Defense with the 50 billion live active strains in it. Amazing. Repopulate your gut with the good bacteria. Get 25% off right now on BioTrue Selenium with X2. Super Blue fluoride-free toothpaste with colloidal silver and iodine. Super high quality is now back in stock, available as well. Got tea tree oil and more. Again, as I mentioned, Survival Shield X2 and BioTrue Selenium 25% off together. Take advantage today. Liver Shield's about to sell out, so I was asking the crew, why is it 20% off? Well, whatever. We're going to keep it there till it sells out. It takes sometimes 6 months to get Liver Shield, a great known concentrated herbs to detoxify the body. That's available. You can get it discounted with the Oxy powder as well and flush out your upper and lower intestines. It's dramatic. You can read about the gallbladder cleanses as well. Instructional videos on Infowars.com, InfoWarsLive.com. Brain Force Plus, now with 20% more, is back in stock as well. Found out about the nootropic. We've also introduced the new line, the first of 6 from Emmerich's Essentials, a national brand, one of the top 3 in the country at Whole Foods. The owner is a patriot. He lets us private label it with the same packaging even. We just changed the name to Emmerich's Essentials, 20% off retail on average, 25% off on auto ship on that because I want to introduce you to that. But I'm going to end that 25% off on auto ship because we really don't even really make any money at that price. I mean, this is shampoo that's like, $18 at Whole Foods, and we're selling it for $12, and then you get the discount. It's like $9. You just can't beat that. The deodorant, everybody says, I recognize that label. That's like the top deodorant in the country. Yeah, I mean, the deodorant is arguably the top national brand of organic, aluminum-free, metal-free. So that item right there has whole end caps at stores, and it is discounted at InfoWarsStore.com under my middle name, Emmerich's Essentials. So take advantage of that, but I am ending it next week. I'm going to end the 25% off and go to 10% off. So take advantage of Emmerich's Essentials. I wanted to give our most diehard fans and listeners that fund this operation, that are the InfoWar, the first shot at getting 25% off. You can cancel anytime on auto ship. Okay. I'm going to skip this network break with the only one today because I know the network needs to run its ads. I understand that. Good old folks at GCN. God love them. And then we are going to come back and have some special guests today as well. And then, I think I may air some of the Megyn Kelly interview. I've been thinking about it. I just go with my instinct. I'm thinking about airing some of it because I know the parts they're going to really manipulate. Because, again, she'd asked me about Sandy Hook 5 times, Pizzagate 5 times, Shibani 5-6 times. Again, I don't even want to say what she was saying to me because they'll take that out of context and say I said it. They're so deceptive. They hate this country so much, in my view. I don't know if she does personally, but she works for people that do, that are just squatting on us, preying on us, raping our consciousness, raping our psyche. I mean, it's just, I have a stack of news, top Democrats saying start murdering everyone. I mean, they're so crazy. They're so power crazed that they think they're about to win a physical civil war with us. I mean, they are just monsters. And I'm so sick of the bullying. I just think about all the children they abort. I think about all the third world people they starve to death while claiming they love them. I think about their carbon tax that would kill 1 billion people, according to Lord Monckton's analysis over a decade. I just think about what dirtbags they are and the things they do in the class warfare, like this particular Democrat saying go out and kill Republicans. It's on Infowars.com. He says because they're a bunch of greedy rich people. Did you know that the last time I checked, the wealth of Democrats in Congress over Republicans is something like 10-1. The most rich people in the world. There's only a few billionaires like Donald Trump and Peter Thiel that are libertarians or independent. They're almost all either fence sitters that fund both sides. The Koch brothers do that. And, of course, another brother's a big liberal. So if you balance that out, they've given more money the last 30 years to Democrats than Republicans. I mean, they backed the Clintons. The point is, you can count Republican billionaires on 2 hands. There's hundreds and hundreds of Democrat ones. And they're all tax-exempt offshore because they're using class warfare to divert how they're creating monopolistic systems. So here's part of the behind-the-scenes Megyn Kelly. And then the full video and audio is on Infowars.com. It's a #2 on Google, #2 on Twitter, #2 on Facebook. About an hour ago when I checked, what's #1? What's the #1 thing on the web today? But I mean, just our videos, #2. Overall, the Alex Jones, Megyn Kelly story for a week now is the biggest story. Bigger than the criminal investigation of Trump. Bigger than whatever. Why? Because they made it big, trying to destroy you. Trying to shut down your free speech. Trying to dominate and control. Trying to set the precedent and prepare InfoWars to be sued for its free speech into oblivion. That's all the preparation that's going to set up that new standard. Because we have that from inside the law firms where the Democrats are planning this, because some people in the law firms are not pure evil, and they love America, and they realize, wow, this is really dastardly. So see, we know pretty much everything that's going on. But without even talking to the moles, I already know what you're up to. Okay? And God's going to protect me or allow me to be destroyed. That doesn't matter. You're going to go down in the process. It's called a Pyrrhic victory. I'm not a sociopath, psychopath like you, globalist. I want victory for my family. I want a future for your family together. I'm here to lay it on the line because it's an honor. It's what a man's supposed to do. I'm not a hero. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is my destiny. It's your destiny if you choose it as well. This is what I was born for. This is the process. This is good versus evil. I want to be tested. I want to go through the fire. I don't like pain. I don't like attacks. It's not fun to have people look at me and spit at me and hate me on the street. But they're the minority of idiots. The people with glowing eyes that are alive and awake are so humbling, of every color and every shape and every size, but with the soul, with God's light shining through them. That's what matters. I'm so humbled by our viewers and listeners, and when I run into you, it's just, you're so good. And I am so honored to even be associated with you. So don't thank me. I love you. And I'm going to stumble, and I'm weak, but my heart's right, and I love you. And God loves you, and we love each other, and we're going to win. We may not individually win, but together, the species and God's plan will win. Now, here's some excerpts of the first third of it. I'll air more the next hour as well. But the full thing's on Infowars.com. Here it is. Rob did a great job. This is a phone call about a week and a half before Megyn Kelly got here where she's lying through her teeth.
All I can do is give you my word and tell you, if there's one thing about me, I do what I say I'm going to do, and I don't double-cross, so... You know, you just became very fascinating to me. I just sort of thought you were this, maybe, one-dimensional guy, like this is your thing. My goal is for your listeners and the left, who will be watching some on NBC to say, wow, that was really interesting. And then the next time I want to get somebody, they're going to say, look what you did to Alex Jones. It's not going to be some gotcha hit piece. I promise you that.
We talked controversies and conspiracies.
9/11.
Now, 9/11 was an inside job. But when I say inside job, it means criminal elements in our government working with Saudi Arabia and others wanted to frame Iraq for it. Just a fact. You are about to view and listen to information that's never before been seen or heard. In the past, MSM, corporate media, could tell the truth, they could lie, they could spin. It was up to them. They were the gods of information. But Megyn Kelly waltzed in here to Austin, Texas, and told me that she wasn't going to talk about Sandy Hook. She wasn't going to talk about Pizzagate. She wasn't going to talk about Chobani. She wasn't going to talk about Islamic terror attacks. That she wanted to do a softball profile of Alex Jones. And when she got here with her crew of intelligence operatives, she did the opposite of what she said. And so I was recording the whole time. From our pre-interviews right through the interviews, we have a record of it, so that you can decide for yourself what I really said and what I stood for. These tyrants haven't figured it out yet, that information warfare is a two-way street. And we're going to give as good as we get. And that's what you're about to see. You alone will be the judge. You alone will be the jury of who's fake news and who stands for America and who stands against it. I'm Alex Jones, and this is the InfoWar.
Well, so I started my new job, you may have heard, and we're going to start first with this Sunday night news magazine program across from 60 Minutes, and it's sort of a good opportunity for long-form storytelling. It's not like the 3-minute interview, it's like the in-depth profiles of people. And at the top of my list was you.
So it's like an investigative report into fake news?
No. What we're doing?
Yeah, come on.
No, hell no. The reason I mean, I know you've got, what you do. But the reason you are interesting to me is because I followed your custody case. And I think you had a very good point about the way the media was covering it. And for some reason treated you and your family and what was going on as fair game when they never would have done that to, if you will, a mainstream media figure. And I saw a different side of you in that whole thing. And I just, you just became very fascinating to me. I just sort of thought you were this maybe, one-dimensional guy, like this is your thing. And the comments I heard from you during the course of that trial and your plea to the media to be respectful of you and your kids just reminded me that you're just like anybody. You're a dad and you go through the same things we go through. And I thought,
hit pause.
Now that would be in it.
Real quick. Back it up like 10 seconds. And when it all dawned on me, they told me it was going to air in July, and you're going to hear that. And then when I learned they were going to air it on Father's Day, and I saw the PR show up in, let's not exaggerate, 15 newspapers or so that I just saw in the Google feed, the same 5 minutes. So they put the talking points out. They had the people kind of write it, put their name on it, act like it was independent. And then, boom, Monday morning, Jones on Father's Day to rub it into the Newtown families. Did I initiate the interview? Did I say it was going to air on Father's Day? Did I dictate that? No. I mean, they're staging it all in front of everyone. It's incredible. And I've talked to top writers. They say, we've never seen this before except before the launch of Wars, where they're bringing in outside people at the top that are directing everybody not to quote anything you've actually said. That's why I had to release the tape, because there's no way they can ignore that. So we're breaking through their controls, you see. We're breaking through. That's what they can't stand. They want a monopoly. They want to test the media, test the MSM. That's become a utility of criminal elements of the federal government and that march in lockstep with esprit de corps. I mean, it's like those Prussian horses that, march with their feet flying way up in the air. I mean, it is like watching well-trained horses or something. This is crazy. The precision of the lies, the sophistication of these lies gives me headaches to even understand it. No wonder the public doesn't know what to do. I mean, it's so crazy. I have to sit here and really analyze it till I get headaches to see the equations and how they're operating, and then I know what they're going to do next, too, if I just get in a quiet room and really focus, and then I can figure out how to counter them. To get inside the heads of these executives, they're just America haters, man. They're so twisted beta alpha. It's like a beta alpha thing I want to coin, where it's like we've created this open free society and then alphas suborn that and are loving and good because we're in a non-wartime situation. And then the betas come in and create new forms of warfare to dominate us, but not for resources or power or a future, but to just, they don't want alphas. They want to kill us. They don't want lovers. They don't want fighters. They want little creepy scumbags like Mr. Burns. We're going to go to break and play some more of it. The full thing's on Infowars.com. It's just listening to this and realizing the whole deception, the whole thing's been rigged. The whole thing's been choreographed. But it isn't going the way they thought because they still narcissistically and psychopathically and sociopathically follow these set programs. They're very OCD, these predators. And so they can't believe they're losing. They can't. So they flail and they call for violence and they call for my death and Trump's death and they organize all this crime and they get away with it because they are in control of the major central systems. But it's like watching Nero run around going, progressively more insane. And then they look at me and think if they can just destroy me or Donald Trump, we're the twin evils, that they somehow can be back where they were. You're not where you were 10 years ago or a year ago, sweethearts. You're like a giant squid that attacks a sperm whale. The sperm whales always win. The squids still attack. They just think they're attacking. And the whale just dives down to a level that the squid can't even go to and just passes out and just eats it. Goes back up. Yeah, you may tear my face up. You might even get one of my eyes. But you know what? I'll still smell the ladies. Don't need you. When I roll over dead in the sun, the shark's going to eat my blubber. But my babies are going to live on in that ocean. All right, let's go ahead and play more of the Megyn Kelly interview. Then I got guests coming up I'll tell you about in a moment. But here's more of the behind the scenes with Megyn Kelly committing seppuku.
Your thing, and the comments I heard from you during the course of that trial, and your plea to the media to be respectful of you and your kids, just reminded me that you're just like anybody. You're a dad, and you go through the same things we go through. And I thought, now that would be an interesting story to tell.
I don't know why I accepted this challenge. It's like some subconscious algorithm that leads me with the assurance of a sleepwalker. But I knew that if I entered the labyrinth of the Gorgon of this modern-day Medusa, that through the process, others would understand the larger deception. If I didn't take the challenge, then good, or at least an open heart, would be hiding from evil. And so that's why I let Megyn Kelly set up this conflict on her own terms, on her own battlefield. Because despite the fact that she was delusional and believed that she would deceive me and my viewers, at the end of the day, she failed. Sure, but wouldn't the argument be then in the show, because I've seen that as a standard Democrat talking point, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, well, he asked for privacy in his family, but he didn't do that for Sandy Hook, and he didn't do that for the pizzeria.
No, I mean, I can ask you about that. This is not going to be a contentious, sort of gotcha exchange. That's not what this show is, and that's really not what I want to do. I want to do in-depth profiles on people, just interesting people. So I can ask you that. This is what the critics say, but this isn't going to be let's play a clip.
Wow, here's the headlines. Megyn Kelly defends Alex Jones interview, responds to backlash. Sandy Hook claim is revolting. But then she didn't show in her promo video that I said I believe Sandy Hook happened. And then I had war-gamed the 3 views that criminal groups went in and killed the kids, or it happened as they officially said, or they use actors. I mean, we saw in 1990 our Congress being lied to by the daughter of the head of a PR firm about Saddam Hussein's soldiers killing hundreds of babies, bashing their brains out. It's not that Saddam was a good guy. It's not that a lot of us are even against the war. We were lied to with propaganda that they admittedly came out and told us was a fraud later.
They took the babies out of the incubators. Took the incubators and left the children to die on the cold floor.
So in the interview, I'm talking to Kelly and I go, they staged the dead babies in the incubators, so it's okay to ask questions about Newtown. I'm not attacking the families. In hindsight, I think it probably did happen. She turns that all around to Jones doubles down and says nobody died in Newtown and hates the families, to go after anybody that dares question the official story when that's the heart of any free society. Sure, I don't mind questions. What I don't like is, did you know, or did your producers do that to you, where I said Hillary Clinton, personally, and it was tongue-in-cheek, so I can get the satire out, you guys took it out of context, but did personally kill kids by the Iraq War, the Syria War. We'll be right back with more, folks. Stay with us. I'm Alex Jones.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.